Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Can you imagine having so much money that you could buy entire islands and name them after yourself? Well, King Salman does not have to imagine it, he's living it. With a net worth estimated to be over $1 trillion, he's one of the richest men in the world and the king of the world's richest monarchy. And let's just say, this king knows how to live life to the fullest. From private jets to luxurious yachts and palaces all over the world, it's safe to say that King Salman is living life like a boss. So, buckle up folks, because you are in for a wild ride as we take a look at the extravagant lifestyle of King Salman, the trillionaire king of Saudi Arabia. Today, we are going to take a look at the life of King Salman of Saudi Arabia, and more specifically, his status as a trillionaire. King Salman has been the king of Saudi Arabia since 2015 and has a net worth estimated to be over $1 trillion. So let's dive into the lavish and extravagant lifestyle of one of the richest men in the world. Part 1. The Rise to Power. Well, let's talk about King Salman, the man, the myth, the king of Saudi Arabia. Born in 1935, King Salman was the 25th son of the kingdom's founder, King Abdulaziz Al Saud, and he inherited the throne in 2015 at the ripe old age of 79, after his older brother Abdullah passed away. Can you imagine being 79 years old and suddenly becoming the king of one of the richest countries in the world? Talk about a late-in-life career change. King Salman inherited more than just the throne. He also inherited control of the state-owned oil company, Aramco, which just happens to be the source of the majority of the family's wealth and the second-largest reserve of crude oil in the world. With a net worth of $1.4 trillion and 98% of the oil reserves under their control, the House of Saud is rolling in the dough. They even share their wealth among 2,000 members of the royal family. Can you imagine being part of a family that wealthy? But don't be fooled, all of this wealth is directly controlled by King Salman himself. He's the king after all. The House of Saud has built 12 magnificent palaces for whoever sits on the throne, and 3 of the most luxurious are the Al Yamama Palace in Riyadh, the Al Alja Palace in Ad Duriyah, and the Urqa Palace. The Al Yamama Palace is King Salman's headquarters where he works and holds court. Just imagine a palace as both your office and your home. Talk about living life. These palaces are not just any ordinary palaces, they are extravagant, opulent, and luxurious beyond measure. The interiors are decorated with chandeliers that could pass as works of art, lush carpets, ornate antiques, and, you guessed it, lots and lots of gold. If King Salman ever gets tired of all the gold in the Al Yamama Palace, he can always retreat to the older and more minimalistic Al Alja Palace. But don't be fooled by its simple exterior, it's one of the oldest palaces on earth and is therefore priceless. And if you thought the palaces were something, wait until you hear about King Salman's fleet of jets, all decked out in gold. Can you imagine flying on a golden plane? Talk about living the life of a king. Anyway, this marked a new era in Saudi Arabia, as King Salman brought with him new ideas and a vision for the future of the country. His rise to power was not just a testament to his abilities as a leader, but also a reflection of the strong foundations laid by his predecessors. Part 2. The Trillionaire Lifestyle. King Salman is living the life, my friends. I mean, have you heard of his net worth? It's estimated to be over $1 trillion. That's a whole lot of cash, and let me tell you, he's not afraid to show it off. King Salman has palaces all over the world, including a $100 million palace in Morocco, and his collection of luxury cars and private jets. Let's just say, he's got more wheels and wings than a 5-star airport. But the real showstopper is his yacht, the Kingdom 5KR. It's one of the largest and most luxurious yachts in the world, estimated to be worth a cool $500 million. This yacht has it all: a cinema, a pool, and even a helicopter landing pad. And let's talk about his palaces. The Al Yamama Palace may not have as much gold, but it's one of the oldest palaces on the planet and therefore priceless. But if you're looking for a palace that's gold from top to bottom, then you have got to check out the Urqa Palace. This is where King Salman receives most of his diplomatic visitors, and let me tell you, this place is the epitome of opulence. Back in 2015, King Salman received Barack Obama in the palace, and if you look closely, you will even see a golden tissue dispenser. That's right, King Salman does not mess around when it comes to his gold. And let's not forget about his fleet of private jets. King Salman has 6 of them, including a 747-400, 2 747-200s, a 777-300, a 787-8, and an Airbus A340-200 that's exclusively for the king's use. The interiors of these jets are rumored to be decked out in gold, with everything from a throne room to conference rooms, bathrooms, and gold-clad bedrooms. Unfortunately, there's no official video of the interiors for security reasons, but it's safe to say that these jets are a flying palace in the sky. And while the average cost of a 747 is $100 million, since King Salman has 2 of them, let's just say the cost of maintaining all 6 of his jets is likely in the billions. But the real showstopper: King Salman's diplomatic trips. On a trip to Washington in 2014, he booked the entire 222 rooms of the Four Seasons Hotel and then had everything that was not gold turned into gold, including the tables, mirrors, lamps, and even the hat racks. Now that's what I call living like a king. This man is the king of luxury, and his trips around the world are no exception. In 2017, the king went on a world tour, and boy, was it a sight to behold. Every trip was a display of opulence, and of course, an astronomical amount of money was spent. The king brought with him a posse of 1,500 people, 1,764 pounds of food, and even his own carpets. But the main attraction was the king's golden escalator, which was used to disembark from his plane. Now, a regular escalator costs around $8,000 per foot, so you can only imagine how much a golden one would cost. Unfortunately, gold is not the best material for moving parts, and the royal escalator got stuck halfway down, leaving the king to climb down like the rest of us. Part 3. The future of Saudi Arabia. All right, let's talk about King Salman, the king of the oil-rich kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This guy's been on a mission to transform the country's future, and I gotta say, he's doing a pretty impressive job. He's the captain of the ship, and he's steering it towards modern times and away from its dependence on oil. So what's he been up to? Well, for starters, King Salman's been investing big time in the renewable energy and technology sector, hoping to make Saudi Arabia a big player on the global stage. This not only creates new jobs and economic opportunities, but it's also diversifying the country's sources of income and reducing its reliance on oil. Talk about a smart move. But that's not all. King Salman's also been putting a lot of emphasis on education. He wants to make sure every citizen in the kingdom gets a quality education, and that's why he's been investing heavily in this area. And it's paid off. We're seeing an increase in the number of highly skilled workers in the country, which is great news for the future. King Salman's vision for Saudi Arabia is all about creating a more prosperous and modern country that can compete with the big dogs on the world stage. And let me tell you, he's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk. His efforts have already brought about positive changes that will benefit the country for generations to come. It's like he's planting a seed for a brighter future, and that's pretty cool if you ask me. And folks, there you have it. The king of bling, the ruler of the desert kingdom, the man with more money than the national debt of a small country. King Salman, the trillionaire king of Saudi Arabia. He may have his critics, but one thing's for sure, this guy knows how to make an impact. He's brought about modernization and diversification and made sure the next generation of Saudis are well equipped for the future. So, whether you love him or hate him, you gotta admit, King Salman is a true game changer. Now, before we wrap up this video, let's take a moment to reflect on all the things we have learned. I mean, who would have thought a king could have so much sway over the future of a country? It just goes to show, never underestimate the power of a leader with a vision. And that's a wrap, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Who knows, maybe next time we will take a look at the lives of other kings and queens, the billionaire club of the world. Until then, take care and see you in the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more fun and informative videos like these.